Whether you are a Star Wars YouTuber or you want to become one, this is the video for you. These are all things that I have picked up along my journey as a Star Wars YouTuber. And mind you, I myself am new to this. I've been in this game for a couple years, and I feel like I've learned a lot over those couple years, and I want to use this video to tell you what I've learned and to help inspire you to go out and create in the world of this Star Wars community. There is something so special and so important about this human desire to create. It comes from deep within us, and it's a very important need that we have to fulfill. We just have to. If you're here, it's because you feel the calling to create YouTube content based around Star Wars or whatever. Maybe you just clicked on this video and you don't even like Star Wars. Without further ado, we're not wasting any more time. Let's get into these tips and tricks. Starting things off with number one, the most important thing to know when wanting to become a Star Wars YouTuber is realizing how saturated this niche is. There are so many Star Wars YouTube channels. There's pros and there's cons to that, and I'm gonna break those down. Starting with the cons, let's get the bad news out of the way first. It's very hard to be found. It's very hard to make yourself known in this world because it is so saturated. There are so many Star Wars YouTube channels, and because there's so many Star Wars YouTube channels, it's really hard to come up with original ideas. There's a lot of channels, there's a lot of people with individual minds, and they're all creative, which is why they're creating videos in the first place. So it's hard to come up with an idea that hasn't been done before. And because this is such a saturated niche, there's gonna be a wide variety of Star Wars fans. There's gonna be people that are really negative and sometimes toxic, and those people are gonna come into your comment section, they're gonna come into your community, and they're gonna try to tear you down and your subscribers down. So that is a con. That is a very real reality of this fan base and of this community. It's something you have to be ready to face. Now, getting into the pros of stepping into such a busy niche is that there are so many creators to collaborate with. I totally recommend sticking with people that are very similar to your subscriber count, your engagement rate, your view count. Stick with those people and use each other to boost each other up. You'll develop actual friendships along the way, and it's a really good way of connecting with your community a little bit more. Another thing is that Star Wars is massive. There is always something to talk about. You name it, Star Wars has done it, which means you can make a video on it. And another massive perk of it being so busy all the time is the fact that it makes you work hard. It makes you really put the work in to make your channel something that people want to watch. Because when it pays off, you earned it, it feels good. Some would consider working hard a con. I think it's a pro. I think it's good. It's good for the mental state. The second thing that I've learned is that ideas are king. Now, what I mean by that is that your videos have to be interesting enough to make someone want to click on your video over another Star Wars creators. But your video topics, your thumbnails, those kinds of things, those are what's going to dictate the success of your channel. Those need to be winners. The third thing is that if ideas are king, your personality is queen. And I frame it that way because those two things need to be in perfect marriage with each other in order for either to work. And being camera shy, having stage fright is a very real problem, but it is something that you will have to overcome if you want to be a successful YouTuber or Star Wars YouTuber. It is a necessity. Now, the reason that personality is queen and not just facing camera fright is as important is because you have to be you, and you are what's gonna make your content different. Not just your thumbnails, not just your topics, all that stuff. It's you and your personal spin on what you're talking about. And if you are someone that struggles with camera shyness or stage fright or anything like that, the best way to overcome it is to just stare it in the face and start recording, start posting, get after it. Number 4 is to be real. Do not be one of these people that just leans into negativity because it gets more clicks, it gets more attention. From the great Peter McKinnon, it's easier to criticize than it is to create. Now, that being said, don't be a shill either. Don't just lean in because you want to get a brand deal or you want to do this and you want to do that. There's nothing wrong with brand deals. There's nothing wrong with connecting. The important thing is that you're true to yourself and you're true to who you are with your content and your videos and how you produce them. And the reason that's so important is because if you do that just to get clicks, just to drive audience engagement and stuff like that, you will begin to lose your audience and yourself over time. I've seen a lot of Star Wars creators fall victim to that, and it's really sad because they used to be something that I really enjoyed watching. They used to be something that I looked up to, and now I just you can't help but see it. Number 5, always be looking to improve. When you start out, you don't have to have the best camera, the best audio, the best equipment, the best props, helmets, lightsaber. You don't need all of that. It is a very nice perk if you have access to those things. I highly recommend using them, but you don't need all that to start. I mean, I leave all my old videos up. If you want to go and scroll and watch my first 10 videos on this channel, they're laughably bad. They're so embarrassing. It's important that those things stay up because it shows how much I've developed as a content creator, as a video editor. But I say that because you don't have to start out with the best things, but you need to be investing in yourself and in your skill level and in your equipment over time. It's really important that as you grow, your production quality grows, as well as your ideas. As you get new equipment and new props and whatever it is you make videos about, your ideas should grow with those things, and your videos and your analytics should benefit from that as well. But I just want to say this, like, that high quality stuff, it's not needed. It's not needed to create an audience. It's not needed to get someone to click on your video. Skill is, and that's the thing that you should focus on developing the most. I'm just saying, don't forget about the technological side as well. Also very important. Another thing about that is that it teaches you to appreciate when you do get to that point when you have fancy equipment. You learn a lot about what actually makes a good video, and what your audience actually connects with on your channel, because it's different for every channel. Number 6, failure, the greatest teacher is. The wise words from Master Yoda. It's such a great quote, such a great lesson in Star Wars, and it's something that's very, very relevant in the world of YouTube and content creation. There will be some videos that you spend hours, if not days, maybe a whole week on, for it to get barely seen by anybody. It's happened to me, it's happened to every YouTuber on this platform. The important thing is that you just learn from it and you continue to create. There's nothing in life that's worth having that is gained without perseverance. Have that true Jedi mindset about it. You get knocked down, you get back up. I have so many videos on my channel that I've put so much work into, built costumes for, solely just to make videos about. Well, I mean, partially for my own enjoyment. I mean, come on, it's like a Star Wars costume. Like, of course I'm gonna want that. But I'll put a ton of work into something and then post it and then no one cares. And that's just a feeling you have to get, that's so sad. It is a feeling you have to get used to. It's humbling though. It's a good thing. It's good to stay humble. Let the algorithm humble you. Let the algorithm crush you down to nothing every now and then. Number 7, be passionate. You will get nowhere in this world of content creation if you do not care about what you're posting, or at least an aspect of the process, whether it's recording or video editing, thumbnail making, whatever it is. You have to be passionate about a good majority of those things. Now, for me, there's things I don't enjoy about the video making process, but the things that I do love, I love enough to make me push through. And you have to find those for yourself. A great statistic, this is from Social Blade, only 22% of YouTube channels have over 500 subscribers, and only 14% have over 1,000. Which means very few channels have the commitment to get through to start unlocking things within their accounts, like community posts or monetization. Which means even if you hit that 500 subscriber count, which if you're consistent and you push yourself and you come up with good ideas and you connect with your community and you try, sorry, this is a Star Wars channel, do or do not, right? Try, what is that? If you actually go out and do those things, you will be in the minority, and it's a successful minority. Relish in that. Like, if you get to that threshold, if you're already at that threshold, keep going, man. And it's really encouraging to me to know that this channel that I've worked on and that you guys have supported so ferociously is in the 10% of successful YouTube channels. Like, that's really cool. And I hope that's an encouragement for you guys that already have YouTube channels and are already out creating. Like, you guys work hard and it pays off and the stats show it. That's awesome. Bottom line though, you gotta love it. You gotta be passionate. Number 8, the final one, you can do this, man. Anyone can do this. It's not about the effects. It's not about the fancy equipment. It's not about that. It's about you and your personality and what you're talking about. And as long as you nail those things, you can make a great video every time. Anyone that cares about Star Wars deeply, anyone that just loves to swing around lightsabers, like, you can do it. Anyone can do it. The force flows through all, if you will. And it's important that you feel that force and you do something good with it. Those are my tips and tricks. Those are the things that I've learned as a Star Wars YouTuber. By no means am I an expert. By no means do I have any clue of what I'm talking about. Those are just things that I've picked up along the way. Things that I thought would be really great to share with you guys that are either thinking about starting a Star Wars YouTube channel or have already started one. It's important that we help each other up and we encourage each other along. That's really the point of this video, is just to encourage you guys to go out there and create. We are all one with the Force. Dude. Freaking love being a nerd. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you got something from it. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join tab on the homepage, and for only $2.99 a month, you get access to exclusive emojis as well as exclusive loyalty badges that just prove you're a supporter of the channel and that you like what I do here, and it goes a long way if you do. I hope you guys have an excellent rest of your day, and as always, may the Force be with you. Bruh, that's one thing I've noticed as a Star Wars fan. Here's another thing I've learned as a Star Wars fan. It is impossible to not make the lightsaber sounds with your mouth.